Let's dive into something that, let's be honest, is on almost everyone's mind at some point, figuring out our careers. How do we find a path that actually feels right for us, especially when the world around us is changing so fast?
So let me ask you straight up. When you look ahead, does your future feel a little blurry, a bit unclear? If you're nodding along even just a little, then you are in exactly the right place, and I really want you to hear this. You're definitely not the only one feeling this way.
All right, so let's get into it. We're going to start by looking at what I like to call the crossroads of today.
Look, choosing a career has always been a big deal, but today, it feels like the map is being redrawn while we're trying to find our way. That feeling of being a bit lost, that's not on you. It's just the reality of the world we live in now.
Now, what's really interesting is that this feeling, it doesn't matter if you're just starting out or you've been working for years. We see two very different paths, but the feeling at the core is pretty much the same.
For students, my goodness, the pressure is just immense, isn't it? It feels like you're expected to have your whole life figured out before you've even had a chance to live it.
And it's not just one thing, right? You're looking at a job market that's changing by the minute. There are so many options, it's just confusing. Then you add the pressure from friends, from family, the crazy competition, and in all that noise, how are you supposed to get clear on what you're actually good at?
Okay, now let's switch gears and talk about those of us who are already in the workforce. For professionals, for business owners, the game changes. It's no longer about starting, it's about reinvention.
The questions you ask yourself are different now, aren't they? It's more like, how do I make sure I don't get left behind? Are my skills still valuable? Can I please find some work-life balance? And the big one is what I'm doing every day still connected to who I want to be. It's about making smart choices, not just once, but over and over again.
So with all these challenges, what do? Well, the very first step, and honestly the most important one, is to completely change how we look at this. We have to stop thinking of it as some kind of stressful race and start seeing it for what it is, a journey.
And this right here, this is the whole point. Just let that sink in. Career planning is not a one-time thing you do when you're 18. It's a continuous, lifelong journey. It's about getting to know yourself, exploring what's out there, and then taking smart, deliberate steps. It's a process, not a final destination.
Okay, so if it's a journey, then every traveler needs two things, right? You need a compass to know your direction, and you need a map to see the road ahead. So let's talk about how you can build your own.
For all the students out there, it's all about building a really solid foundation. Think of it like this. You want to start right so you have the inner strength to stay strong and the wisdom to grow smart as you move forward.
So how do we actually do that? How do you get from confused to clear? Well, a good plan always starts with you, really understanding your personality, your natural strengths. Once you know that, you can explore all the cool new age careers out there, weigh the pros and cons, and pick courses that will actually lead to fulfillment. And from there, we can map out a flexible plan for the next 5 or 10 years.
And for you professionals, the journey is just as personal, but the focus shifts a little. It's about having the courage to pause and realign, to find creative ways to reinvent your career, and to build a strategy that helps you rise higher. This really means taking a good, honest look at what truly matters to you today. Maybe what drove you 10 years ago has changed. Maybe your idea of work-life balance is different now. The trick is to look at what's happening in your industry, connect it back to your personal goals, and create a real plan to stay valuable and, most importantly, happy.
So what's the outcome of all this work? What's the real change we're aiming for? It's that beautiful, powerful shift from feeling confused and overwhelmed to feeling a deep, quiet sense of confidence.
And this slide really says it all, doesn't it? So many of us start on the left side, feeling confused, under pressure, maybe even a little scared, or just stuck. The whole point of this journey is to move to the right side, to a place of clarity, real confidence, genuine fulfillment, and ongoing growth.
It's a journey towards clarity. Just imagine that feeling, waking up in the morning knowing not just what you're doing, but why you're doing it.
It's about building that confidence in the choices you make, that amazing feeling of empowerment when you know you've made a decision that is truly, deeply right for you.
And finally, all of this leads to lasting fulfillment. It's about creating a career that doesn't just look good to others, but one that feels good in your own heart.
So if anything I've said has struck a chord with you, if you feel that little pull towards finding more clarity, the best part is you can begin that journey right now.
And I want to leave you with this idea. Your future absolutely deserves to have the right direction. And while it's your path to walk, you don't have to figure it all out by yourself. Let's build it together.
The most important thing is to find guidance that's strategic, that's practical, and above all, that comes from a place of support, completely free of judgment. We're here to be that guide for you.
Always remember the simple idea where minds meet, meanings multiply, and growth becomes mutual. Whether you're at the very beginning of your path or looking to chart a new course, finding your way is a beautiful journey. Thank you so much for your time.